Building tomorrow's leaders.
Do your high school students know how to communicate effectively, run an efficient meeting, make a great first impression, handle conflict, what to say if they forget someone's name, know how policies and laws are made? Most youth today do not, and they are missing the skills needed to not only be an involved community member, but a future leader. Putting a wood screwer through a balloon without popping takes preparation, as preparation is key in guiding individuals to become effective leaders. The North Dakota Department of Public Instruction learned about NDSU Extension's civic engagement programs being done in response to the civic engagement need identified, and wanted to know how we could work together. Thus, the partnership between the two to bring Building Tomorrow's Leaders program to schools across the state. Building Tomorrow's Leaders is a comprehensive program geared to high school students with the focus on grades in 9 and 10, and also works with grades 11 and 12 and 8th graders. The program aims to empower students to get involved in school and civic organizations, to build confidence and strengthen the skills needed to lead others, to assist students in developing their personal and professional networks, and to help students complete a project to meet a school or community need by applying what they learned.
Evaluation results. Before we introduce the modules, I thought it would be helpful to hear previous year's feedback and reasons to consider implementing the program at your school. You may wonder what it will bring to your students. Why should we consider Building Tomorrow's Leaders program? The highest ratings were in the following areas. I can recognize the strengths and assets that make an effective leader. I understand basic personality types and effective communication techniques to use with each type. I know how to prepare for an interview. I can model effective ways to deal with group conflict, and I can develop goals and strategies to implement a group project at my school or in my community. Increased confidence in public speaking, learning to collaborate with others, learning to see things from a leader's perspective, increasing skills and understanding of networking, and enjoying real colors training are some of the top things that students offered for feedback. Instructors also said the program allowed students to broaden their horizon. Their hands-on activities provided opportunity for students to work in groups to practice leading. Student self-awareness, communication skills, and patience all improved, and improvements in both networking at school and outside of school were also benefits seen by instructors. Nate Schleicher, the assistant principal at Cheyenne High School, offers this feedback and endorsement for the program. The Building Tomorrow's Leaders program, supported with funds from NDDPI, has been an integral tool for helping us to cultivate leadership amongst students at Cheyenne. By utilizing this program with our Student Ambassador Club, we have empowered an extremely diverse group of students to come together to learn about leadership and then put their knowledge and skill into practice. It has been extremely fun and rewarding to see these students grow as they engage with one another to complete projects and host events for our school and community.
Building Tomorrow's Leaders has 8 modules, and each module contains activities that will enhance students' learning. Hands-on activities are included in each module to achieve a better understanding and to increase the skill level. Schools are encouraged to complete all 8 modules, with a minimum of 6 needing to be implemented for reimbursement of the funds needed. You can pick and choose within each module what you want to include in your implementation, and keep in mind, every activity does not need to be done. This allows flexibility with the program to meet your students' needs. Each module includes an overview, a crosswalk of program objectives, the PowerPoint where it's warranted, and activity directions. So now let's take a look at each module. The principles of leadership. In order for youth to be great leaders, they have to figure out what leadership is. Youth will identify traits of good leaders and recognize the strengths and assets that make effective leaders. One of the activities in this module is the string team building activity shown on this slide. The students enjoy this activity and discuss what lessons they've learned about leadership through the activity. Many things are said about the younger generations in our society, and not all of it is positive. This YouTube Lost Generation shows a palindrome that describes what many think of the younger generation, but then reverses the words and thoughts to a much more positive picture. It can help all of you recognize that students have a great deal to contribute and will be looked to in the future to serve in the leadership roles. Lost Generation is a very moving and thought-provoking video, and we're not going to take time to watch it at this point in time, but I would encourage you, if you've not taken a look at it, to view it. Effective communication is another module. Youth will learn about basic personality types, effective communication techniques to use with each type, and learn how to recognize individual strengths and assets using real colors. They will determine if they are blue, gold, green, or orange. Orange has related to their personality. Real colors is probably one of the most favorite activities of the Building Tomorrow's Leaders program. They'll also participate in active listening to help them learn how to better understand others.
Effective meetings. Effective meetings are no accident. Students will learn how parliamentary procedure helps organizations or groups of people make decisions in a way that is organized and fair. As in all the modules, hands-on learning experiences are included. Career preparation. People form an opinion based on appearances in less than 30 seconds. Appearances can be physical, verbal, or in the form of a cover letter and resume. Although an unfavorable first impression based on appearances can change later, it creates a hurdle to overcome. Students will learn how to give a great first impression. Areas covered include dress for success, resume construction, and interview 101. Leadership etiquette. Students will learn about etiquette as it applies to professional situations. The basic table manners, tips to improve their socializing skills. They will create a personal elevator speech and develop an awareness of how online life can affect real life forever. Topics include leadership etiquette and quiz game, setting the table and manners showdown, and mastering socializing, personal elevator speech, social media presence. The toothpaste squeeze race is a fun activity in this module. The lesson learned from the activity is toothpaste cannot be put back into the tube easily, as once something is said or even posted, we can't get those words back. That is why good leaders need to be thinking about what they are going to say before they say it. Managing conflict. What thoughts and feelings occur when you hear the word conflict? Conflict can be either healthy or unhealthy. People don't always agree. There are many reasons for that, and the challenge and opportunity for a leader to learn to manage conflict and channel the energy in a positive way. Students will learn about conflict, be able to recognize its causes, and develop strategies to manage conflict and move forward with group work.
As the next generation of leaders, it is important for students to know and understand how policies are made. Students will explore school, community, state, and local government opportunities and understand the legislative process through an opportunities assessment, local leaders panel, a mock legislative assembly, and/or field trips. Students will learn the steps in planning an effective group project, develop a strategy to implement a group project in the school or community, and complete that project during the project management module. We would really love to see the students apply what they learn throughout the program and complete a project that will benefit their school or community.
The learning standards. All module objectives are crosswalked with the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction content and achievement standards in the areas listed here: career and technical education, English language arts and literacy, library and technology, and social studies. A page is included in each module to address the learning standards.
So how can you build tomorrow's leaders? Preparation is key in being able to stick a wood screwer through a balloon without popping it by stirring that screwer in a glass of water with a little bit added dish soap, as preparation is key to preparing students to become effective leaders. Help your local youth gain the skills necessary to become an involved community member and leader. We encourage you to help implement the Building Tomorrow's Leaders program into your school. As far as the NDSU extension is concerned, extension agents, their involvement will vary across the state. All the modules for Building Tomorrow's Leaders is found on the NDSU extension webpage. Everything's there that you need. The extension agents can serve as a valuable resource. Real colors needs to be presented by a certified trainer, and if your county extension agent's not trained, you can contact Maxine and she will help find someone for you. And Maxine's contact information will be shared at the end of this presentation. Evaluation is also a valuable piece, and more information on that is on the next slide. We do ask the schools cooperation in the evaluation process. We have a couple different evaluation tools available. We'll have the students complete a retrospective survey online. We'll also ask for instructor feedback, and we'll do some randomized follow-up.
The application and modules are available on the Department of Public Instruction's website, and you'll also find samples there. Schools do have flexibility in how they want to implement. They can present it in a class, or for example, afternoons for a week, a few days in a block, or whatever best fits their schedule. You may do Building Tomorrow's Leaders with a specific group, such as FCCLA, Student Council, or Student Ambassadors. Funds are available and budgeted at $30 per student for real colors. Things like trail mix for the Parley Pro activity and other supplies needed for the activities can also be included in the budget. The budgets can include stipends if the teachers are working outside of their contracted time, as well as transportation if students are going to an event such as a council meeting. Other funding is open to school staff's creativity. Funds need to implement the program must be justified on the budget form. Here's a list of schools who have participated in Building Tomorrow's Leaders. Just to note that some of these schools have a program that they continue with each year. They've found a nice niche or a nice group to use it with, and they just reapply for the funding and continue to offer Building Tomorrow's Leaders because they find it so valuable. If you have questions, you can contact myself, Brenda Ermintrout, or Maxine Luca, who is also presenting on this with us today. Our information is on this slide. You'll find me at the Department of Public Instruction, and Maxine works with NDSU's Extension Program as a coordinator. The program has been developed in partnership with North Dakota Department of Public Instruction, NDSU Extension. Staff from both of those community members were also involved, and this program would not have been possible without the efforts of the dedicated people who you see listed on this screen. Each of us working together can help build tomorrow's leaders to make schools, communities, and our state a better place. Thank you, and we hope to see you implementing Building Tomorrow's Leaders.